We got Kragar first up versus Atho, who's got himself a full Necro looking paladin set. I'm loving the look of it. Are we gonna see the big go? Are we gonna see the big red? I don't think we've seen the big red. I know that Atho said he's got a build cooking up, but I don't know if it's seen the big red. Looks like he's trying to see if he can just chop up Kragar for the swings, and Kragar's just trying to avoid him. It looks like it is a Kieran confirmed as the hammer just continues to hitting Kragar in the back, and there's gonna be big old hammers with the last verdict just crashing on him. He can't even reach him. Kragar's just forcing the damage back to back. Dust reflect against there's a hodge out of Kragar. Kragar trying to avoid hodging himself. Or Atho's trying to avoid hodging himself. Atho is playing that adaptation though, so this is going to be interesting how that's going to work out for him. Does get himself a hand of freedom. Just trying to take a bail out of there for a second. Going to be Kragar bumping up his damage with that reckless abandon. He does have a proper recklessness in case he needs to use it. And Atho looks like he's a bit on the defensive, trying to see if he can backpedal away from Kragar. There goes the proper reckless abandon. Are we going to see the banner on top of it? Atho been trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of survivability. Looks like it's not actually looks like Kragar's still holding on to the recklessness. It's just procs. We're just getting lucky procs and it looks like it's a real recklessness. Looks like it's just it looks like a real one, but it's not a real one. It quacks like a duck, but it ain't a duck. Gonna be Kragar trying to see if he can waddle over towards Atho. Can he reconnect real quick? Atho is just trying to keep the range on him. Gonna be that Seraphim final wreck. He's trying to see if it might make it happen. Big hammers flying through. Kragar is still plenty of survivability. Sweeps up his health. Back up with impeded victory. Not letting Atho do much. That's gonna be big damage. Big burst. Atho, better be careful. This is the most overwhelming amount of damage he's got. He got himself that eye for an eye. 30% physical damage reduction. Shield of Vengeance got himself the mobility. Trying to see if he can get away from Kragar, but he's unable to. Shield of Vengeance is eventually gonna pop, and Kragar does to reflect in order to reduce some of the magic damage taken. Kragar still took a big hit. Atho is still out of the bubble. Gonna be a blaze when a Kragar kisses a blaze jump to follow. Atho had no health whatsoever. Does dive away from the Shattering Throw, but I think the bubble is just not gonna hold on long enough. Does get interrupted on Holy. That's really bad. No Hodge available. Does Atho get a Hodge back? Blind. Kragar has a trinket. He did not want to use it. He did not want to use that trinket. He's saving it for the next guy. That's how confident he is versus Atho. Atho with a hand of freedom. This boy's been running, but he's recuperating little by little, letting Kragar catch up a full flesh scout, but he's letting it happen. He has to. He has to be watching out for his own health. Reflect up for Kragar. Trying to make sure he doesn't hodge himself. Waiting it out. Kragar does get himself another proc. Hodge comes out. There goes opportunity for Atho to make a play here. That's a big damage. That's also going to be Seraphim procking him back to back. Get himself massive damage. Lots of hammers flying out with that judgment. As the divine bell toll does toll. Trinket out of Atho with an adaptation as the fear comes through. Kragar does go for a big defensive with enrage regeneration. Blessing of protection. Kragar's looking to remove it immediately. Atho got no more immunities left. That defensive blessing of protection used in order to deny healing for Kragar, we'll see how well it pays off. We'll see. I'm hoping it has a big payoff, but we'll find out soon. Hodge onto Kragar? Is that... Did you miss? No, you did not miss that. You did not miss that. You did miss that final wreck? Chat, did he just miss the final wreck or not? I'm not sure. Gonna be a big battle for Kragar? Shield of Vengeance for Atho. Kragar is going to give himself a little bit more health to work with. Could potentially be an opportunity for Atho to turn around. Kragar mad healing back to back. Get himself lots of pressure, lots of damage. No more immunity for Atho. Just try to see if he can survive the damage of the Fury Warrior. That's going to be Hand of Freedom with Pony. All defenses getting burned. Trying to catch up as much healing as possible. But Kragar still got mobility from the banner. He may have missed that final rank during his burst, but I'm not quite sure. It does have a pretty big splash effect. Atho with a blind trinket on a Kragar does not want to leave Atho to escape. Trinket it just to land that Hexagon may put Kragar in a bad spot. I guess whoever he's going up against, because now he doesn't have a trinket, and it's going to be Nemi, I think, by the looks of it. Or no? Nemi backing up. Kragar seeing the road coming out, it immediately hits him with the Disarm as the Shadow Blade is coming out. He'll try to use his Shuriken Storm in order to build up some sort of combo with Kragar, hitting him with a quick Disarm with the Kidney Shot to follow. That's going to be Kragar popping off a big defensive as the Resonant Trinket is coming out. Cheap shot to lock down Kragar, and the Rogue is just continuing to spree of damage. Does get himself the Kyrian Burst with Shadow. Looks like it was just a random proc Shadow Blades. Looks like it wasn't real Shadow Blades last time. As Kragar gets himself yet another Rampage versus Glitch. It's going to be evasion up for the Rogue. As Kragar just trying to see if he could CC him out for a second longer. Maybe get himself big damage to follow. Reckless Abandon is up and running. We'll try to see if he can escape it. Taking a load of damage. No more evasion. Kidney Shot to Kragar. Does he land the back-to-back Kidney Shots? He needs to make sure his stuns are airtight. He doesn't have that cheap shot to follow. Looks like he's running out of Shadow Dance. Charges the Kragar. Does not have to set stuns back-to-back. Is able to actually play the game for just a little bit longer. And Nemi having a camp out here. Nice. I like that. It looks like Luge does get back next to him, picking up the eyes. It's going to be Kyrian Burst. Potentially, does he have another massive crit versus Kroger? What was that crit? Oh my god, what was that crit? Just everything lined up for him for that one. My goodness. And he's looking to see if he can get out of there. We're going to be Embargo up next. He knows it's an Outlaw Rogue. He knows it's a Necrolord. And Embargo looks like he's going to hold on for that flesh card for later. He's not going to use it right now. He's not even picking up the eyes. It looks like he's letting Glush go for an opener. Potentially. Glush is able to get a proper opener. It looks like Embargo wants him to. Unless Glush comes out of... Well, the thing Glush could do is maybe come out of stealth and start a duel without stealth, so nobody gets a stealth opener. Glush opens up with a Shadow Strike. Embargo hits him with a gouge. Disarming the Glush from Shadow Strike. Going to be disarmed after, but Embargo get the pistol shots. He's just pistoling the boy. And Glush getting hit with a cheap shot as Embargo goes for advantage. Potentially gonna go Kidney Shot. Does he have enough damage? Glush is actually under a ton of pressure. It looks like Embargo got himself a Kidney Shot. Oh, Kidney Shot while his killing spree is rolling in. Massive damage on Embargo. Does he choose to trinket it? Loads of damage. Might have to trinket it. Blinded to Glush. Does have a trinket of his own. Embargo needs to get himself a heal. Flesh God doesn't go trinket it. Glush has a trinket. Glush has a blind. Glush has everything. He just needs to be careful. Embargo has a trinket too. Cheap shot. Does Glush trinket this? He's trying to wager. Kidney Shot, he has to trinket it, has to go for a blind there. Embargo trinkets, trying to stay aggressive. It's going to be Kidney Shot onto Embargo. He got a full flesh cut, but does he? Is it enough to live the Resonator? Big opener. Oh my goodness. He decided, I have to go for it. I have to do it, dude. I have to do it. But Glush ended up landing that big Kidney Shot. I think that's one of those situations where you don't really know, like, should you be aggressive? Should you not be aggressive? And in some cases, like, if you just sat stuns, you should be aggressive. If the Rogue has no blind and you just sat stuns, you should be aggressive. But I was just a blind, and you should have waited for the stuns to come in, and then trinketed, and then pop the defensive or pop some kind of CC back. So sometimes you do need to use a trinket and get super aggressive, and other times you have to hold on for a little bit longer. It's just one of those decisions where it's difficult to decide. Let's try to see if he can survive Anto, but down by the way. It looks like Anto is going to sacrifice his bed. The A-bomb just goes in a big old hook just across the back of just across the back of the Rogue, taking him out. Feral B is going to be up next, trying to see if he can get some bleeds on the Anton, as Anton got no way to survive this. It's going to be a massive burst. Does get a stun in the last second. There's only so much you can do. Which is you're charging out towards Feral Beast. Hits him with a Kirin Spear. Nowhere to go. Does have a wall and everything. It's going to be Sajiro popping off his own cooldown. It's going to be potentially trying to go for Cyclone. Feral Beast goes back in the bear with Thorns as well. It's going to be Sajiro potentially going to hurt himself through Thorns. It's going to be a Cyclone. Could trick it out of it. Is going to be able to trick it out of it. Feral Beast could go for another Cyclone in case he wanted to. I think it's just out of options. Wait, Maim onto Sajiro. Is that enough though? Leap. Does catch him back up with that leap. Doesn't get let the Feral escape, leap, charge, and quick execute, taking him out. Is it Nemi up next, or is it Jesus? If it is Jesus, then Jesus is kind of just letting Sajiro get some cooldowns back. Or if he's looking at Nemi, and it is Nemi up next. Looks like it may be Nemi. It looks like Sajiro, as soon as he figures out it's Nemi, as soon as he sees Nemi walk up, he's like, yo, I gotta establish opener. I gotta establish the damage. It is a Beastmaster Hunter. I better be the aggressor here. Fear onto the pets of Nemi. Does force a trinket out of him. Nemi tried to go for a kill command in order to get the pets back. That's Sajiro. Gonna be the spear. Barely missing Nemi. Nemi with mad kill shots back to back. Sajiro needs to get himself a bit of healing back as soon as possible. Gonna be a stun as he dips low. That's gonna be a perfect CC onto Nemi. Nemi needs to go for a turtle shell. Needs to recover health as fast as possible. Freeze the chop onto Sajiro. Maybe goes for a Shadow Meld. Let him Shadow Meld. This is a feign death. No bleed. Sajiro needs to pick up the eyes immediately. Nemi needs to get himself as much healing as possible. Maybe set up a trap for one of the eyes that Sajiro could run towards. Nemi getting spear. That's going to be a stun on Sajiro. Does have a chicken for it. Looks like Nemi's able to break out of the spear with either disengage or a feign death. I think it was a feign death. Sajiro trying to get the chase on Nemi with a reckless abandon, not let him go anywhere. It's going to be a trap that he leaps over. Nemi trying to see if he can cut it back in, but a Blazer is going to keep him running. And Sajiro does take down Nemi with Jesus just charging out. Not going to give Sajiro an opportunity to recover. Maybe Krongza would get a chance to play unless Sajiro does survive this. Does there reflect in case Jesus goes for a stun? Chain of Ice, reflect, fell off at the last second. Going to be the Army of the Dead join in. The Army of the Dead together with a grippy hand. Stun on Sajiro. It's going to be a-way stun by Sajiro onto the Army. Trying to see if he might be able to survive this burst. That's going to be enraged regeneration for a second. Trying to catch himself a little bit of healing, but looks like Jesus doesn't get to claw him down. Krongza is going to be up next. And last one over on Team 1. Trying to see if he might be able to fight versus Jesus. Opening up on the pet. Playing that out. I'm guessing Kyrian, but maybe not. maybe playing the Vanished Lego, but who knows? Gonna be a Resonator Trinket, trying to see if we can explode onto Jesus. That is gonna be Jesus sacrifice the pet. IBF gonna use summon a new one. He's trying to play defensive versus Krongs immediately. The Rogue out there with an invasion as soon as he can. It's gonna be at least Chain of Ice that's gonna reliably keep the Rogue away. Jesus just trying to see if he can waddle away from him. And just looking for a bit of a reset. He needs to go and burst down the Rogue. That's the only way that Unholy DKs really play. They don't really play a sustained build. They really play a bursty build. Vanish out of Krongson with a flesh cup, taking a page out of Embargo's book. Vanish to make sure he got himself a proper flesh cut. I think it was a pistol shot with a Lego. Just did not get let him play it at all. Vanish, flesh cup. So you can't even interrupt it. My goodness. Cheese, dude. What is this cheese? Oh my goodness. My God, that was awesome. Yo, Krager, we done thank you. Thank you, Krager, for joining in. I appreciate you. Thank you for gathering the boys. Hopefully we'll see you and the gang.